I'm going to show you how I'm going to rinse off my biofilter. That's my biofilter, and then I have a 55-gallon drum which has also a biofilter, and this media need to be rinsed off. So this is my pump that I also use for waterfall, and I use that for as a biomedia as well to filter the water out. You can see my lotus are growing good. So this is how I'm replacing, changing my pond water. See, there's a sump pump that's pumping the koya pond water to the plants. So the plants are loving it because these are like highly nutritious for the plant. It's better than the fertilizer that you buy, all natural. Yeah. So while the water is getting pumped to my fruit trees out here by that hose and the sump pump, I'm going to rinse off this biomedia and the filter sponge so that my waterfall pump will work more better, and it needs to get cleaned out anyway. See how much poop it has? All that poop and sludge, those sludge needs to be rinsed out. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I do it. I need to put this camera on somewhere. There we go. Okay. There we go. You. Oh yeah, that smells like poop. Oh wee. All right. All right. So you can see I got all the filter media out of there, and that's my waterfall pump. That's how it looks like. I just made that myself, instead of buying a pump housing or a pump filter box, which is very expensive, right? They charge like $200-300 for a pump filter box. So I just made myself with the tote, drill some holes so that the bigger sediments won't come in, and that way it'll keep the bigger like leaves and things like that out, that you can scoop it out, and will only let the water in, and then the pump will have less of a strain to work, so pump will not get clogged up. And then I put my biomedia like sponges and stones and rocks. You can see those biomedia, that rocks becomes biomedia on which the bacteria grows that consume the fish poop and urine, so that it has more surface area for the bacteria to grow. So nature produces bacteria that kind of keeps the water clean and healthy for the fish. Although it's green because of algae, the water itself is very healthy. It's no problem for the fish, because all the urea and all that extra ammonia, things like that, are getting eaten up by the bacteria that grows on these biomedia rocks. These are regular rocks I got, and this one I made myself using corals, so that has more pores for the bacteria to grow. So this is a homemade rock using corals and oyster shells and cement mixed in, and then I have to cure it for a few months, so to be cured it won't have the high pH. That's how I made it. And then I need to rinse this off too, then put it back, everything put it back. This holds the sponge down so the sponge won't float. It keeps it, it makes it stay put on the waterfall pump. Alright, please subscribe to our channel, Kerala Road Farm. Okay, let's go and do the rinsing. Now we need to rinse the biomedia. So like I showed you, I also have a waterfall box that I created here. This waterfall box is made out of just a 55-gallon drum, because regularly if you want to buy a waterfall box, they're very expensive as well. So you can make it with a barrel, and I protected it with some pond liner that have extra pond liner left out, and I protect it so that nothing gets pierced. It keeps the roots and things out. These are very strong material. This is EPDM liner made for ponds. It's very strong and flexible, so the roots and things like that won't grow into it. And I can show you, see, this is also a biomedia, right? This is a biomedia that I need to rinse out. And then I have this one. This is, I need to replace it. There's barley straw. What barley straw does, so this one is old, I need to buy a new barley straw. I'm going to put it there as compost for my tree. That becomes compost for my tree. Fruit tree loves those poop things. So what that barley straw does is that when you put in your waterfall box or the filter box, either place you can put, it will do a slow release by reacting with the water, and it will release hydrogen peroxide. And what hydrogen peroxide does is keeps your water clean. It sanitizes your water, so your water stays clean on the fish pond, stays hygienic. And that's a natural way of keeping the water clean, is to use barley straw. You can buy those barley straw bales online, and it just comes in a little bundle. Any barley straw will do, just a barley straw. And you can see in here I have the gravel. This gravel also acts like a filter media. So the water is pumped from the fish pond all the way underground. I have PVC tubing. It comes to the filter barrel, and the water is pushed from bottom up. So when the water is pushed from bottom up, what happens is that these gravels of different sizes acts like a filter media, just like earth, just like Mother Earth. It filters through those sediments, and the water that comes on the top is clear water, or water that is already kind of filtered from those gravels, and then it goes into my PVC and goes over the rocks and becomes a waterfall. So that's how I did it, using a 55-gallon drum to make a waterfall, and also act like a biomedia so that it filters. Now what is this, is that this PVC tube goes all the way bottom under the barrel, sorry, on the bottom, on the lowest level of the barrel, where you can use this to pump some air. like a air blower or a compressor. You can attach here and blow the air and run the water, so that the air will blow through the water, and all the debris, all the sediments, when you want to clean, will come on the top and go out. And I will put another pump here to pump those dirty water out by closing that closing that waterfall hole. I close with the ball like that. So once you close with the ball, the water will not go back to the pond. Water will come up, and you can put a pump to pump the dirty water out to your plants. And that way, this acts like a pressurized washing system that will force the air through from the bottom up, and the water will push all the sediments from the gravel up, and the sediments will start floating, and then you can pump it out. And I can show you how to do that. So this is just a DIY way of doing things, and it works perfectly. So meanwhile, let's go and clean out our filter media. So you can see this is also a filter media. This has a high surface area. It comes in a little cube like that, which has pores. There's a lot of spores in there, a lot of holes on those little biomedia that makes the bacteria colonize. And those bacteria are good bacteria to use for your fish pond. They grow naturally in nature. That keeps the fish pond clean, and those bacteria love to grow on anything. So this is a biomedia on which those bacteria grow, that will eat away the nitrate and the nitrites. So that's how it works. So I'm going to clean it here, see, like that. I use the hose here to pump the water out into this bucket and rinse it out. I'm rinsing with fish pond water that came out. You can see it's green, but still good water. You don't want to use chlorine water, because chlorine will make your bacteria die. These bacteria are living things, and they don't like chlorine. They don't like tap water. They would die, and you don't want them to die. You want to just rinse off the sediments so that they don't die, and they just get cleaned out. You see how it looks? That's how it looks. That's how it looks when you clean it out. And same thing you'll be doing with here. You see how much sludge it has. So that's what you'll be doing, is to clean like that. You gotta rinse it out, just like that. You rinse it out. This is all good for the plants. The reason I'm doing in a bucket is also it's easy to rinse. It works very well. It's like almost like a full bath to the media. Also, the good thing that you get out of it, that you can scoop this water out and use for your plants. And I'm going to show you how I do that.